Big one. This is the one that I got absolutely just. I mean, look, you know me, boys. I get juiced up for nothing, but this had me fired up here when he spoke about the defense. Said we're on a mission to play championship caliber defense. We failed to establish this since I've been here. We got to break this down. He even kind of shouted out. He was, look, back at Louisiana, we showed progress. We were 120th. We went to 20th, then 11th, then like 15th, I think, in his 4 years that he was there. So we showed progress year over year, and we have not done that since I've been here. For me, we've seen a little bit of a trend over these press conferences. He said it, I think, 2 weeks ago. It was like, yeah, we have playoff aspirations. Why is this shown? Who? Of course, the coach is supposed to say that. Yeah, he is. We hadn't heard him say it much. And then when I hear him say championship caliber team, I thought about our interview with Lewis Murphy, where it's like you have got to talk and think and position yourself and talk about being in Atlanta and talk about being in the playoffs. Of like, hey, you're in the middle of June, you're thinking about Atlanta. You're thinking about these things. Sure. And so for him to say that, it didn't feel like coach speak or fluff, because I think Napier is very coy with his words. This is a mentality. This is a motto that they are trying to instill. And from the things that we've read about everybody on defense, it feels different. From the clips that we've seen, what we talked about, the attention to detail, that's what it is. And the other part of it too, again, Napier's been along championship teams. He knows what it looks like. Knowing what it looks like and how it should function and establishing are two different things, obviously. But it feels like he's now starting to put the two together. I know how it should look. I know how it should sound. I was having a hard time putting it together, but I've seen this before. I think he put it together, and we're ready to play at a championship level. And I think I've said this too. I keep beating on this drum, and this isn't to tempt expectations or to be a fear of DJ not playing. But what I keep saying is, and why the excitement for DJ Lagway, why people have Lagway ranked, why Florida is high on people's list, why Josh Pate put Florida to be in the first round against Georgia in his playoff bracket, isn't because of DJ Lagway. He's a factor. It's everything that's surrounding him is at a level that hasn't been at Florida in quite some time.
Right.
And it starts on that side of the ball. This defense has an opportunity to do what the Muschamp defenses do, just absolutely strangle somebody. So if you've got that, but now all of a sudden you then also cap that with a running back room that you've seen in Florida, that a running back room that has been potent since Napier has been there, with probably his worst offensive line, now going into the year with his lined up with his best offensive line, with the most depth that he's had, with the most experience that he's had. Those are a dangerous recipe for the rest of the league, and that's where I continue to be fired up. Again, I know you got to go play the games, all those things that happen, but everything you want a coach to do and things to click are happening. Championship caliber, boys.
Yeah, for sure. I like this side of Napier. What I'm starting to see about his self-awareness and awareness of his team. I know previously that one time I went to the game, last year or the year before that, I don't remember. But I was trying to get those guys hyped at the halftime, and I said
that was 2 years ago.
Napier came in. Yeah, right. So this is even going to help my argument. And I said that Napier came in, I felt like he scratched the DJ booth, like stopped the guys from getting hyped. But I understand him now. I think that was just a testament to him understanding his team. He knew that his guys were young. He knew that the cohesiveness wasn't where it needs to be for them to be celebrating in that moment. So it just gives me more of an understanding of Napier and understanding that he understands teams and he understands what it's like to win or what it takes to win. He understands the environment. He understands the way the team acts and responds to different things. And so in that moment, when I look back in hindsight, he wasn't wrong because of where we were as a program. We weren't at the spot where we could come in at halftime and talk crap and still be hyped up and still go out there and take care of business. Now, I would have liked for them to do that. but I was an outsider, not necessarily outsider, but I'm coming in from the outside. I wasn't a guy that was around the team every day. I didn't know the end. I know what it takes when you're in there playing, what we need to be doing. But if you don't understand the person and who you're doing it with, then it can hinder them. And he has to be somebody that delivers the same message. He has to be consistent. So in that game, he couldn't just be up high and then in the next week be a whole nother person. He had to be the same person with his team that year because we weren't where we needed to be. I was trying to force energy into something that wasn't able to hold it.
Yeah.
It might have worked for this game, but then what does it
Look
do
at
for
all
your
of us
program?
growing, Steve. You know what I mean?
Yes. What does it do for your program? And so now just to see how he's opening himself up, and speaking a little more spicy, it's still not what other coaches would do, but it's different for him.
Yeah.
But because he understands his team, he understands where they are, he understands the leadership, he understands the foundation that's been set there, and it's been tested, it's been rattled. They came to the cage and boy went to shaking that like all the hinges should have fell off. But these guys were resilient.
We want the Lions in.
No, yeah, right. But they've done that, and so what we're seeing is a reflection of where the team is now. So I think we got to take what he's doing and what he's giving us now and compare it to the old Billy. And I would say we've actually grown. We're you stupid, Sean. I say we're actually growing.
They gave me, bro.
Yeah, no, but his energy is definitely changing. Right now, I would say he's like the perfect mix of Urban and Zook right now, just in his personality of how it's kind of shifting. It's a mix. Zook was always a player's coach, a little more animated, but always a player's coach.
Yeah.
Herb was not animated. He was way more serious and way more stern and straight of how this is what we need to do to get this thing done.
And you guys had the perfect combo.
I think Billy gives Herb energy, but still player coach-esque. Like he's not, you know what I mean? He still wants to have that relationship with the players.
Yeah.
And so I think it's finally starting to blend because the talent is meeting, the culture is meeting. You know what I mean? He didn't come in and just start kicking people off the team, but he still demanded strictness and what the culture is not going to be and how we're going to run this thing.
Yeah.
And you saw kind of how guys get weeded out. Herb came in and just chopped the head off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Zook was a player's coach. People wanted to play for him. You saw Zook got fired and we carried him off the field on my shoulders. I got him on my shoulders like, nah, this is our guy. We suck like hell, but we carried the coach off the field. You know what I mean? But it speaks to somebody you want to play for somebody like that. But we saw that happen for Billy last year, where the guys wanted to play for him. They took accountability, like, no, it's us. And the corner turned. So I think we're getting that perfect blend, and the corner is really turning, and he's still trying not to pump them up too hard because I know he believes in these guys, but he knows that they're right there. And so you got to give them the right amount of belief and juice, but at the same time, make sure they know that, hey, it's on you. You got to take it. Because I think he took a lot of bullets for guys.
Yeah.
In the previous years, and then just come in and say, no, we showed them what to do. They're not doing it. We got too many men on the field. They're not effing paying attention. You know, like he could have came out and did, because who was not telling you where you need to be? But he kind of was like a little something reserved and not trying to. I'm gonna take these bullets for y'all, but I need y'all to show up.
Real quick though, gotta lock the Lions in.
That Rick Ross could yeah, lock them in.
Lock them in the case. Lock the Lions in. Yeah. Bro, when Silk posted, bro, that one and the chicken one.
He's the king. He's the king of memes, boy. Oh my god,
bro. The chicken one, he kills me every time. He goes, I will Harris be selling these quarterbacks to Gainesville. He's like, you have chickens everywhere. Quack, 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 quack. Bro. Oh my god.
Chef, he the man with these memes, bro. I'm not gonna lie, he's too funny. I see why they don't like him. Yeah, I couldn't be. I'm glad we both Gators, and he's not like a Florida State fan or something. My god,
dude, he just make your skin crawl if he wasn't on the same side. He's like the perfect guy. It's like you love to have him. But you would hate to be against him. I'm telling you, I've seen it. Sometimes I'm like, damn. Damn. Knock the lines in. But what I was going to say to that point, how I was talking to my buddy about it just yesterday because we were talking about golf, and how Scotty Scheffler and a lot of these newer golfers, they don't really carry this swagger that Tiger did and this energy and this aura, like Michael Jordan too, where they were just dogs, if you will. And they could just navigate this world and talk. Kobe could talk the talk and just have it. Not everybody can do that. That's and we. What happened was that was amplified. It was marketed very well, so everyone, myself included, thought that you could just go out there and talk smack and play games.
You just make it happen.
Yeah, right. And look, your 06 team and 08 team, that era of football was very similar. That's not easy to maintain. Hence why our guy pulled a heart attack, okay? It's not easy to maintain that over a period of time because it is a very hard thing that ebbs and flow. And like you just said, you lived in that era. That's how you are. And there's a point, too, where you've got to create such a phenomenal base that you can, in a sense, slack off. You can go have a little bit of swagger about you because you're so dang good that you can kind of look over here for a second. And like you said, those cats were nowhere near that. You can't be going hee-hawing up and down this football field. What are you talking about? I got 12 guys on the football field. You need to be in here watching. Like your whole mindset's in the wrong place. Yeah. Good stuff. I think that was a great kind of full circle moment because you were very, again, and I was on your side. We don't know any different, right? We were all very critical. Very critical of that.
I was livid in that moment and the energy. I'm like, nah, this is like, no. But I understand it well now. Never been a head coach. Never. And never been around that many teams. And so just Billy is slowly winning me. But Lord Jesus, don't say it, Steve.
I was going to say that. Let me go first. Last year I kept saying that Billy cheated on me and we're not sleeping in the same bed. I'm at the point now where I've brought a mistress home for him. In case I don't do enough. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
I'm tired tonight. Yeah, Billy.
We're good. I'll rub your feet tomorrow. That's okay.
He's winning, Billy. I was just going on record and said
Steve's going down the hill.
Go down in history as one of the top great quarterbacks of Florida.
Billy is or DJ is?
Coaches. One of the top great coaches of Florida.
This could be a big one.
He'll be mentioned with the Herbs and Spurrier. I was just gonna say
I'm gonna let
he will be mentioned with the Herb and Spurrier, bro.
Look at Dave shamelessly plugging his burner account.
I'm almost guaranteeing. In this day, championships are hard to guarantee, but I'm guaranteeing that he definitely gonna get one. I want to say
you're trying to get us canceled, Steve. This is unbelievable.
I'm not. I just been around it. I know the energy, what he's giving off, seeing the sample, and what he's changed over time. His contract was 7 years.
Yeah,
I didn't know that it was 7 years. I thought it was 5. If I'd have known it was 7, I would have been a little more reserved. But knowing that it's 7, over 7 years, you can only guarantee only one championship. So for everybody who's all up in arms, he got a 7-year contract. He guaranteed us 2, 3, or 4. He did
LeBron us.
Out of one contract, you only expecting one championship or one super great run. Anything can happen.
Q Lee just spit out his H2O. He said,
"Yes, I know." But what he's built off the field and on the field now. Off the field has to come first. Off the field has to come first. You can't make it to the field if you don't take care of off the field. So what he's built, and at the same time acquiring the right talent with the amount of time that they gave him, and he said it was going to be a long build, I can see it coming. But it's something that's sustainable. The things that they've built since Billy been here, if you got rid of him today, they must keep going. Only thing that changes it's a head coach. Everything else has to stay the same. You can't possibly bring anything else greater than what he's been building here.
I get you, because it established such a strong the train's moving, the locomotive's
Savannah
moving.
Bailey coming with him to Florida. If Billy leaves, Savannah must stay.
Steve preaching, boys. I mean, this man's dying on the. You went from Billy's winning you over to just putting him in the Ring of Honor. That's where you went.
Listen,
Steve,
I know it got to be done on the field.
Steve,
and I know he knows that.
You got to lock the Lions in.
This is a message to the players. Live up to y'all end of the bargain. Live up to y'all end of the bargain. Y'all got everything. You got the greatest facilities. You get to go to Tokyo, Japan. Y'all going on 1,000 trips. The weight room is phenomenal. You guys are lifting, getting stronger, big. Do it, guys. Do it, and it'll be done for a long time to live up to y'all end of the bargain. Just from watching and being a part and seeing Billy's held his tongue a lot on some of you guys. Some was not deserving. He could have trashed some of y'all, but he didn't. He's given an opportunity and he's believing in some of you guys. It's our time to own up to it because everything, the foundation is laid. You got Coach Chapman. You got Ron Roberts. You got anything you could possibly need. It's just our turn to live up to it.
Here's what I love about what you just did there, because I call out people all the time for not standing 10 toes down on what they believe. And I've said it since the Ole Miss game that I'm all in on Nape. And I've myself has sat behind the shadows, waiting for what we've all been talking about to click for me to go, I told you so. Right? But I haven't come out as confidently as you and even said, like, because genuinely, I think, look, if it plays out like we all believe that it could be, you're 100% right. Like, how do you not? He's going to give us some in a DJ Lagway and some of these players that are going to go down in Florida history if this season can go the way that we all believe it should go. And I love what you said. It's up to the players. We've given you everything that we can. This is a two-way street. We always want to hold the coach accountable because that's where it lies. That's their responsibility. They understand that. But from player to player, this isn't from fans to player. The fans aren't going to yell at the players. Maybe from a few of them we will. But from player to player, that's massive. People have to understand, like, the fans, like, I get y'all want to, like, kind of laugh and say I don't see it, but somebody who's played the game, understanding that, look, there's a second half here that doesn't get talked about enough. They've got to go do their part. So I love that.
Because even, I know we talk about plays and everything, all this stuff, with what we have on roster, the work that they put in, I don't care what play we run. How many yards that play is designed to get is the amount of yards we're capable of getting. If it's 3rd and 1, it's 11 on 11. We should always get the one. We don't need no tricks. We don't need no gimmicks. You can know it's coming in the A gap, and you still got to block it and stop it. I just believe we have the ability to, no matter what, get that 1 yard every time. So no matter what play is called, as long as it's not a negative yardage play, we're going to be fine. And just because of what we have, but it's up to us to get it done. I believe all the people that's been put around them, all the coaching, all the stuff that's been poured. You got Spikes, you got Wilson, you got all these DBs coming back, all these different people, barbecues, everybody pouring into you. At some point,
time to go.
We got to show up, kid.
What did you tweet out today? No more, my bad.
No more my bad. That was the most important thing that he said, and I like that he said it because he gave them room for my bads before.
Steve,
now it's no more my bads. He's done.
Do it with me.
You got the Lions in.
The Lions in.
Yeah, look, yeah. He's giving rooms for my bads. But
should we put it on a t-shirt,
when the players
Steve?
came out and said, hey, we have to do better, that's when I already knew that he had been doing everything he needed to do. When they took ownership of it and said, hey, we got to do better, that means they were missing assignments. They weren't in the right position. That they wasn't told. They just wasn't getting it done. Now, because
Steve, you're on one tonight, Bubba.
You saw it happen last year. Hey, it's season right around the corner, baby. I might.
Hey, were you crying earlier too when we were texting about it? Were you getting a little emotional? I know you're sensitive.
Hey, listen, anything to deal with football and winning.
I got
and
goosies when we were
passion.
texting.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, man.
You
Nah, it gets
cried.
serious around this time, bro.
Did you tear up?
Yeah, I know it a little bit.
All right.
But I know what it can do for these guys and what it does for families and years to come, bro. I'm here. We won in 2006, bro. People still sending me stuff in the mail asking me to sign it. My kids get to still see me sign autographs. Dad, this came in the mail for you. I still got to sign stuff and send it out. It's because
20
we
years.
won. It's because we won. And we didn't win just by me being the greatest defensive tackle. I'm nowhere near the greatest defensive tackle that played at Florida. I don't think none of them can match me in passion. But God given gift and ability, he's giving it to more people. But what's up here? Do you have it up here to make it happen? When we need to block that field goal against South Carolina, I called the play. I told Coach, no, we're blocking it, and we're going to block it on the left-hand side because I've been going against this guy every play, every snap. I said, I know by myself I can smash him and knock him 2 yards back. You line me and Ray up over him. We're going to double team him, knock him back. Jarvis is going to take 2 steps and jump. Coach looked at me, Coach Strong, and said, are you sure? Coach, I've been going against him all day. They want to call block right. I said, no, it's block left. I told him block left. We're going to do it. That's why Dallas was crying after we blocked it. That's why Coach ran up and hugged me, because the passion that I played with, I knew where the weaknesses was. The coach wasn't out there. He called them black right because it worked against other people.
Yeah.
And that's what he just believed we were going to do. They wanted to take Jarvis Moss out of the game because he had played all game. They thought he was tired. They told Harvey to go in. Harvey looked at Moss looked at Harvey and said, no, you're not going in. Moss stood on the field. They were trying to pull him out. Moss said, no, I'm doing it. That's the pass you got to know.
That's the hack you're talking about.
Jarvis is an inch taller than Harvey. Jarvis blocked it by an inch. Harvey could have jumped as hard as he wanted. He would have never got it.
That's the difference. That's what you're saying. Is like that. You got to give me your half. That wasn't coaching.
You got to go do it. Wasn't the coaching? Coach couldn't call that. He called block right. I said, no, it's block left. And I told him why. And they believed in me. The story don't get told as much because Jarvis blocked there. Just nobody's really going to say. Yeah. I'm telling you, Nation, right now, I called the play. You guys Strong, you guys Smile, you guys anybody. Jarvis even tells it when he tells a story. I called the block, bro.
You fired up, Steve.
But you got to be out. Yeah, but I know what it takes. I believe these guys have it. They've got all the substance, bro. We gave it all to them. Now
I knew you were crying. I knew you were tearing up when I texted you earlier. Y'all making fun of Dallas for being I love it. Yeah, no, how we're so spoiled, boys, that we get to sit here and talk with this champ and to get these insights. I love you, Steve. You the man, bro.
I try not to toot my own horn.
I think that's what's so admirable about that story of like you never talk about yourself, and so that's why you just got to sit back and let you cook when it does spew out.
Yeah, I mean Jarvis had to jump. God had to bless him with 6'7", but but when you're out there, you know what I mean. When you're doing what you're told, you know. I knew what every person supposed to do on the whole defensive line. I called all my own stunts. I called however we were blitzing. I was able to make those calls as a defensive lineman because I understood. I knew what teams wanted to do. Ohio State game, I knew every play they were going to run just by alignment. If the fullback was just lined up a little too far over here, I knew they were running this, and I would relay it to people. But that's the next level that we as players must take, and the coaches can do all they want until you take that accountability as a player. Until you're actually a coach and player on the team, you don't go where you want to go. But I believe we have that.
How do we get you as Mr. 2-Bits? I always want to do that, but I'll never be up there. But if we get you out there, that's close as I'll ever be.
A little oxygen tank because they.
Yeah, no, but we got you. We'll train for it.
It'll be a 7:00 game. It got to be at night.
Got to be in November, week 1.
Yeah, nah. Mr. 2-Bits would definitely be a crazy honor. I never would wonder. I would do it, but if that idea of going out there in the middle of the field, I feel like I get it wrong. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's okay. It's about having the right passion, like you just said. Hey boys, Gator Nation, let's get a petition started. Let's figure out how to get this man as Mr. 2-Bits.